Look at that. What a special piece of enrichment for such a special bobcat, Mr. Mondovi. Hello, everybody. Gonna have the hum of a caretaker UTV driving behind me. Welcome, everybody. Happy Monday. Lovely to have everybody joining us here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. That's Bobcat Mondovi. Having fun with kind of an unexpected piece of enrichment, one that humans definitely like, but the bobcats aren't eating the pizza, but they like pizza boxes. That's Bobcat Mondovi. We're up here in Wildcat Pines here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, and caretaker Elise actually helped me place a handful of pizza boxes, empty pizza boxes, that is, for our wild rescued residents here in Wildcat Pines. It's an excellent piece of scent enrichment. Obviously, you have that pizza that was sitting in that box. We've cleaned out the pizza, and Mondovi gets a box that's going to, obviously smell like all those pizza scents. Oregano, that, tomato sauce, you name it. We're going to get a closer look at Mr. Mondovi all the way over there. Hey, everybody. Welcome. I don't want to activate a star party, Facebook. Hey, Lori, thanks for joining us. Let's see who else is hanging out with us this afternoon, Mr. Mondovi. Kathy Ryan says, ooh, pizza box smells. Yep, that is the ticket. And Sky and Celine are going to be giving some pizza box enrichment, as well as Claude the Bobcat. And Athena and Enzo even got a pizza box as well. Isn't that right, Mr. Mondovi? Isn't that right? Hey, Lori, thanks for joining us, and thank you for giving those stars right off the bat. Look at you, Mr. Mondovi. He's even got a kind of funny stance here. He's kind of huddled over the box. Look at you. You just can't say no, huh? You just can't say no, pretty boy. Thanks for joining us from Pennsylvania, Debbie. Hey, wow. Who is ready to sing happy birthday on a live post tomorrow? Because obviously you guys might have saw the news over the weekend, and we officially saved the date and actually created an event, because we're going to be having a whole birthday bash for Mr. Dash tomorrow to celebrate his first birthday. But man alive, Mr. Mondovi, if you're having this much fun, we can only imagine how much fun Dash will have. We actually are making him a 3-tiered tiger-suited birthday cake. So we have kind of different blood sickles that we've made for him. Dash is going to be having all sorts of toys and pieces of enrichment to decorate his habitat to give him the best birthday experience possible. And we got a lot of stuff planned. And I surely hope, I know that Tammy is going to be leading the live post, but I surely hope that we can all come together, because the staff and interns are going to be watching Dash's birthday bash too. And hopefully we can all come together and sing Dash a happy birthday and give him a big virtual salute for making it into 1 year of a Wild at Life Heart here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. And that's 1 year of Wild at Heart living granted by your support. Yeah. So now you're starting to see Mr. Mondovi. He's getting a lot of his own saliva on that pizza box. You can see his habitat mate, Aria, the lynx, is kind of walking over and wondering just what in the world has gotten into you. Are you so cute showing her your belly like that? Yeah. What do you think, Miss Aria? She says, I like scent enrichment too. Well, that's a good thing, Miss Aria. We put 2 boxes in there. We put 2 pizza boxes in there. And I know that Sky and Celine have to finish up their meal before they're given access to their pizza boxes. So we'll just hang out with these 2. I'm going to check out a few more comments. Hey, Sue, thanks for joining us and asking if I had a great weekend. I certainly did have a great weekend. Thomas is asking, how old is he? How old is Mondovi? Thomas, you got me with that one. I usually try to be my best about knowing the cats' ages off the top of my head, but I do not know Mondovi's exact age. I know my fearless media intern, Olivia, is watching. Perhaps she can look at our age charts. But otherwise, I'll be sure to answer your question after we've concluded the live post. Hey, Betty, all the way from California. It's certainly not Cali weather here in Minnesota today. We got down into the teens last night, maybe even close to 10 degrees, almost single digits. Mondovi, even though he has some amazing bobcat enrichment, he'll never miss a chance to stalk his caretakers from the side. And Elise, we'd be ready for Sky and Celine whenever they're done with their meals.
Sky's being possessive of some food right now, so
that's
until that she decides to finish.
That's a totally valid point. So Elise is actually up here in Wildcat Pines doing some feeding, and obviously we were able to have Aria and Mondovi safely shifted while we were in here placing pizza boxes. But she was in here feeding, and she was noticing that Sky and Celine aren't done feeding, and that Sky was being a little possessive over her food. And you guys may recall that Sky and Celine did have a tiff when they were younger bobcat kittens, where they had to be separated for some time. So it sounds like we're going to shake and move, and Sky and Celine will not be giving access to their box, just to avoid any circumstance of them kind of crossing swords, especially if Elise is noting that it seems like Sky is kind of worked up and is being possessive about her food. Yeah. But that doesn't mean we can't go see what Mr. Bobcat Benson is doing. And Mr. Bobcat's Enzo and Athena. Do Enzo and Athena have access yet? Okay, cool. Well, we'll head over there. We'll head over there. Thank you, Elise. Everybody's having a blast so far. Everybody's having a blast. Catnip pizza, says Kathy Ryan. In a way. Hey, Deborah J, thanks for joining us. Saying hi to Mr. Mondovi, too. Yeah, Tamara, it is pretty fun. It's always great mentioning absolutely adorable that they love pizza boxes. That's the best part. When the staff gets a treat, the cats get a treat. We had a little bit of a pizza party, or just a pizza to kind of keep us going, fueled throughout the day of Give to the Max last Thursday. And today we finally finished the last pieces. But whether it's a pizza box, whether it's paper towel rolls, toilet paper rolls, a lot of kind of these everyday commodities are obviously reused to create enrichment for our cats, and it goes a long way. And part of me is wondering, I see Bobcat Claude. I saw him scooting up as I was walking over. And I don't see Bobcat Benson, and we have a pizza box right here. I'm a little suspicious that Mr. Claude was just letting out his wild side and was rubbing on that box. So nonetheless, that's pretty special, Mr. Claude, but you are a very elusive boy, and you must have been doing it without us. But nonetheless, we're happy to see that you're living a happy life. Yeah, you definitely was rubbing on that. You definitely were rubbing on that, Mr. Claude. Interesting. I know that Enzo and Athena also have a box, but where in the world are Enzo and Athena? You're like, well, what do you think? It's a little chilly outside. We walked upstairs. I was kind of hoping that they would be somewhat maybe powerless like Mondovi was. Interesting. Very interesting. And I guess Mr. Benson must have gone into the room. Maybe caretakers have headed inside. That's bizarre. We'll head back over to Mr. Mondovi and come and check back in to see if Benson does find his box eventually. Welcome everybody. Started off having a blast with Bobcat Mondovi in a pizza box, enjoying some pizza enrichment. We've done a little talking about Dash's birthday bash tomorrow. And we know that obviously we're kind of coming off the heels of Give to the Max, where you guys were being very, very, very generous over the course of 2 weeks when donations were matched here for the cats of the Wildcat Sanctuary. So for Dash's birthday, we're not asking, outright for donations, but we have created a little wish list for Dash. There's all types of toys, which I'm sure you guys may have seen, and also little sanctuary essentials that help Dash live his wild at heart life, as well as some of his companions here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. So that's definitely something to check out, Mr. Mondovi. He says, yeah, those bobcats are silly if they don't care about the pizza box. Because I'll tell you something, this pizza box. And one thing Mondovi is always a fan of is shoes. And so he looks at my feet, and Mondovi often follows feet. Yeah. Oh, while the caretakers are over there, I'm going to have to keep moving because Mr. Mondovi is going to be a little fixated on them. I'll be sure to catch up with some of your comments here. I've just kind of haven't been to... Oh, there's Aria. We'll zoom in on her. And then I'll be able to catch up on some comments. Now, if Aria had a favorite spot in her habitat, that top level of the skywalk there is certainly in competition for it. And I love all of our bobcat habitats and even some of our cougar habitats, as you guys have probably seen in photos or in video here on Lace Live posts. There's lots of beautiful vertical space to utilize, and we've actually built the habitats here in Wildcat Pines even taller. So we're able to add these kind of skywalk systems, and I can zoom all the way out. And Aria, look at this. She's got her Lynx seesaw leading up to a platform where she can just boom, hop right onto her skywalk, go up that level, go up that level. And now that she's finished her meal, she has got the perfect place for a Eurasian lynx like her to groom and enjoy the rest of her day. Yeah, that's so nice. Now you keep grooming and let me catch up with some comments. I see Melody answered that Mondovi was 4 years old. So thanks for doing that, Miss Melody. Hey, Laura Reed, thanks for joining us. Lori Heath commenting, so excited for the Dash birthday bash. Hey, we are, Lori. Great to hear everybody's feeling the excitement too. And like I said, you guys obviously have been able to give Dash the life that he knows and the life that he'll continue to know here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. And we just are coming off Give to the Max. We had a meeting this morning where we're still tallying the final totals. We're going to be sending out an e-newsletter tomorrow that will detail more about the results of Give to the Max. But you guys have done so much for us here. And obviously, we still want to acknowledge Dash's birthday and have some fun. Which is why we're going to be doing that little fun live post to give something back to you guys. But also, if you do want to give something to Dash, we have that little awesome Dash wish list, which I'm sure Melody can share in the comments here as well. Amanda Peters saying, so ready, have the day off, we'll be watching. Dedication, Amanda, we're great to hear. Hey, Annie from Indiana, thank you for joining us. Birthday bash for Mr. Dash. Now that has a ring to it, Nadia. Now that has a ring. And I even saw when we first shared the announcement on Dash's birthday that even some of you, our supporters, shared the same birthday of Dash. So that was pretty cool. Deborah J, I mentioned that I'm hoping everybody sings happy birthday for Mr. Dash. And Deborah saying, I'll be singing. That's good. I'm going to have to make sure that Tammy includes that in her live post tomorrow so we can all have a big virtual sing-along for our boy Dash. For our boy Dash, Yeah. Is there a Sergeant Glenn over here? Is there a Sergeant Glenn over here? You know, one thing we often talk about is obviously the differences between our Wildcat residents and your domestic cats at home. But obviously there's plenty of similarities as well. And one of them, I'm sure many of you are used to seeing this in the morning time and evening time after your cat has been fed. It is all about grooming those paws, making sure that there is not one piece of fur out of place, Sarge, on that ruff. Is that correct? He says, you bet. Have you seen, Morgan? Have you seen the bobcat that I live with? I need to be looking fresh. Yeah, it even looks like you put on a little bit of a winter coat there, Mr. Sarge. Did you put on a winter coat? He says, yeah, all the bobcats are doing it. All the bobcats are putting on winter coats. Oh, I scrolled way up the comments, didn't I? Rita checking in from Winona, Minnesota. I like that town, Winona. Thanks for joining us, Rita. Susan, I'm late to the party. Must go back and watch later. There's Mr. Sarge, Susan. Yeah, Mr. Sarge. Yeah, Leanne shares a birthday with Dash. Leanne, happy birthday. Hope it's a possum day, and that's the best one yet. Yeah, huh? You got to keep those paws clean. And I'm imagining that Morgan must be doing her grooming inside, and I'd suspect that Glenn is in probably this tree here or the other tree across the way in his habitat. And we're going to make a loop around Wildcat Pines, and hopefully, we'll be able to check in with Mr. Benson, the Bob, as well as, as well as, who would that be? Enzo and Athena. Hey, Mr. Archer. Hey, Mr. Archer. You know, Tammy did a live post back here, Mr. Archer, and you were really strutting your stuff. That was so cool to see. Yeah. Gonna hear the hum of the caretakers in the background, even though Wildcat Pines was just fed. The cats can't help but be curious about, you just make a little litter pile there, mister. The cats just can't help but be curious about what the commotion's all about. So Mr. Archer just wondering, hey, you guys thinking about coming over here for more food? Hope everybody's doing well out there. I was hoping for a little bit more of a pizza box filled live post today. There goes Autumn the Bobcat. Hoping for a little bit more pizza-fied live post today. We had set out some pizza boxes, pizza that us humans ate, and pizza boxes that the cats get to enjoy as enrichment. Goes a long way. Just giving them a little something extra special. You guys know, obviously, all about our enrichment program that we've instituted here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. There's no denying the fact that our rescues are living in a captive environment. And that it's up to us to make sure that they're being stimulated both mentally and physically in the life that they're living here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Hey, Mr. Autumn, do you know that sometimes the people on live posts don't believe you have legs? Do you know they believe you don't have legs, and look at you just marching around? Yeah, I'm so proud of you. Oh, look at this, Mr. Autumn. How many times can we say that Autumn, who is a wild-born bobcat and probably the most shy here of the three wild bobcats, how many times have we seen him just kind of strutting his stuff like this? And you can really, really get an idea now that we see him kind of down on the ground here, how much his winter coat has come in. I saw quite the fluffy butt there, Mr. Autumn. I saw quite the fluffy butt, I tell ya. Yeah, he says, you didn't see nothing. You didn't see nothing. Just wait until December. Hey, big boy. Hey, I'll just hang out right here. Autumn's going to give us an excellent example of how bobcats like him take advantage of the skywalks. Yeah, that's a good place for a big boy. That's a good place for a pretty boy. Krista Christensen saying, oh, he's so handsome. You are, Mr. Autumn. You are. There we go. Now I can see you. And Mr. Autumn came to the Wildcat Sanctuary. Unfortunately, after his sibling and mother were tragically hit by a car here in Minnesota. Are you going up to your favorite spot? Yeah, that's where we're used to seeing you. That's where we're used to seeing you, goofball. And unfortunately, Mr. Autumn was too young at the time to fend for himself. Fortunately, he did find his way here to the Wildcat Sanctuary. And you guys know that Autumn lives with Belvedere and Francis, who are also wild-born bobcats, but a little bit more different of a story than Autumn. Whereas those two were actually wild bobcats that were plucked from the wild. They were found on a hiking trail. Mom was most likely close. Oh, I see Benson with his pizza box. Mom was most likely close, but these individuals picked up these cute-looking cats, kept them knowing that they were bobcats, and then once these bobcats do as bobcats do, come into that sexual maturity, start showing more of their possessive side, more of their aggressive side, these people just gave up on them. These bobcats had now imprinted on humans and would never live a wild life again, which is pretty shameful. And fortunately, we're glad that we can educate in the capacity of Mr. Belvedere and Francis. And look at Ben. That was Benson who left the box, but Claude again is kind of posturing rather near. He's posturing over here, Benson. I got a sneaking suspicion that Mr. Claude, even though he can be reluctant about showing his more kind of loose side to us here, that I have a sneaking suspicion that Claude was helping you rub down that box over there. Oh, Stinky. Now that's a stinky face if I've ever seen it. That looks more like my stinky face, or my kitty's stinky faces, that is. And this is cool, just seeing. Oh, Benson's having fun getting the zoomies over there from that scent. And there's Mr. Claude, the three-legged bobcat. Now, this is pretty cool. Claude, typically will relate to kind of a piece of structure, whether it be a bush, a tree, a cave or platform. But now you can kind of see he's just waltzing around in the middle there. Looks like he's going to join Mr. Benson across the way. And that's special, Mr. Claude. Yeah, look at you two. Are you guys best buddies, huh? Yeah, are you best buddies? And again, you can really get an understanding for how keen our cats are for where and what the caretakers are doing. Caretaker Elise is still just doing some rounds here around Wildcat Pines, and Benson can see her coming from afar. Isn't that right, Miss Athena? Oh, look at this. What a pretty girl. She says, I'm putting on my winter coat too. I'm putting on a winter coat too. You know, Elise, I've come around the corner twice now, and Claude has been in a suspicious distance to the box. And one time he was even walking away from the box when I came over here. And I just have a sneaking suspicion, Mr. Benson, that you guys were having a little team effort with that box there and rubbing in it together.
Claude is a private playtime kind of
Exactly. Guy. That's what I was telling everybody, is that he's usually waits for more intimate situations to cut loose like that. But I have a sneaking suspicion, Mr. Benson, that you guys were enjoying yourselves together, huh? Yeah. Is it okay if I go right here? Yeah. Yeah. Hope everybody's doing well today. Oh, Laura Kidd saying Claude would appreciate his privacy, please. Yeah, of course, Claude. And that's the best part about living here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, is that you are always going to be respected. And I'm never going to hover over him with the camera and force him to entertain us. That's the last thing we would do, Mr. Claude. That's the last thing we would do. Going from one cat to the other here. Athena's sitting on her box. Benson is marking his box, giving us a great little reinforcement as to why a bobcat, would be an inappropriate pet. And now he's got the zoomies. Holy cow. Off he goes. You saw Ramsey with the scent enrichment get the zoomies. Dash last week was horsing around with some toys that had been scented in his habitat, and he got the zoomies. It's just the magic stuff around here, huh, Mr. Claude, huh? He says, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, pretty boy. Go check in with Arya Mondovi and see what they're up to. I do think I could do a better job at looking at some of your comments today. Apologize if I've missed some of your questions. I know that Melody is about as diligent as can be and is sure to let me know about any questions that we missed, and we will address you guys in the comments after the post. Hinata saying, bobcats are the most beautiful with their winter coats, I think. You know, you're certainly onto something there, Hinata. It's amazing just how full-formed these cats get for winter. Obviously, the ones that are more built for winter, the cougars, your bobcats, your lynx. You'll still see the tigers develop a winter coat as well as the lions. But yeah, it's really incredible to see what Mother Nature endowed them with, and to see that kind of come forth as the days cool and nights get longer and the days get shorter. Mondovi says, yeah, I was made for this, huh? I was made for this. Is that your box, Goofball? Is that your box, Goofball? Hey, Sharon, good afternoon to you too. Everyone here at TWS is very well. Thank you for asking. Yeah, we're very well, Mr. Mondovi. It's a Monday. It's a new week. It's Dash's birthday tomorrow. We've been enjoying some enrichment with the Bobs. And life is good, huh? Yeah. Just looking at some comments here. John Rather saying he's smelling the pepperoni. That's right, Mr. Mondovi. And obviously, always worth to kind of bookend. Yeah, I'm sorry. He says, that was too close. Always worth kind of bookending our live post where we're putting in a special piece of enrichment like that. Obviously, there's no pizza inside of that box. We had eaten that pizza and are obviously recycling it, or I should say Mondovi is helping us recycle it. And it goes a long way for Mr. Mondovi. It's a simple but effective piece of enrichment. And even though we saw Benson kind of hopping on and off of it there, Athena enjoying hers temporarily, I think I saw Daniel point out that the cats have a knack for enjoying their enrichment when humans aren't watching. So yeah, oftentimes I'll go back to the Welcome Center after a live post and I'll look across the way and I'll see everybody rubbing on their boxes, are ya? But I was trying to share it with the folks at home. That's right, on guard duty, and he was telling me off. I was still well within the distance for our safety protocol here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, but you can get an understanding as to how fast a bobcat like Mondovi can cover ground, and why we have those types of safety protocols put in place. Mondovi also getting the zooms, huh? Yeah. Hey, Lori Pringle, thanks for joining us. And Sharon Moore saying we finally making it to a real live. Gail Cook asking, with you guys getting snow every year, do you accept snow leopards? Yes, Gail. We certainly are outfitted to care for a snow leopard, and if one were to be in need of rescue, we certainly would have the availability and capacity to take it and give it a forever home here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. But, that's one thing, it's kind of always pointing out. I know I kind of have I'm going to let this truck go by before I talk. That's our septic system that needs to be pumped about every 2 weeks here. But someone asking, if we would ever rescue a snow leopard, and yeah, the answer to that is yes. But one thing to point out is that at TWOs, you never buy any rescues. We'll never bargain any type of situation where we would be paying an individual for a cat. One, obviously, we don't want to be putting money in the pockets of bad guys, and two, we want there to be kind of some reconciliation, and for the cat to actually be surrendered as opposed to it just being a handover. So we're never going to seek out a species of cat. We are always going to remain open to any wildcat in need that is in need of rescue and that we have a capacity for. And if we do not have capacity, you guys know that the Wildcat Sanctuary is a part of the Big Cat Sanctuary Alliance. So we have a network of accredited sanctuaries that we're able to reach out and navigate through to make sure that whichever cat of whichever species has a safe and reliable forever home. Yeah. All right, Miss Aria. I'm not gonna lie, the paparazzi was hoping for a little bit more fireworks. But kind of like I said earlier, oftentimes the fireworks really don't start going off until the paparazzi has given the cat some privacy here. Do. All right, let's see. I'm just going to check to see maybe we can see Morgan, but if not, I'm just going to reiterate a few things about Dash's birthday party. Make sure that you guys are all on board for that, and will be joining us at 2 o'clock tomorrow. And then I think we'll sign off for the afternoon. Hey, pretty boy. Were you having fun with that box? He says, yes, sirree. Yes, sirree, he says. We also just had the big septic truck go through here, so I wouldn't be surprised if maybe some of the cats in Wildcat Pines are like, ooh, look at this. Let me zoom in on Sarge and Glenn. Might be hard to see, but Sarge is licking and licking and licking the top of Glenn's head here. No, that's not the easiest image for you guys to see on the other receiving end here. But if you're not able to tell that Sarge kind of pretty much hunched on top of Glenn, whose head is under his chest, and he's now just grooming the top of his head there. But what are friends for, Sarge, if not to groom the top of one another's head? Especially feline friends. I see someone asking, Sharon's, Judson, you will be on this time tomorrow, right? Sharon, the answer to that is yes. And that's kind of the beauty of all of this is earlier this summer, we wanted to create the best experience for you, our supporters, and we did that by creating a scheduled time in which we will conduct our live posts here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. So every single day, Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, you can count on there being a live post here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. So the answer to that is yes, 2 p.m. tomorrow for Dash's big day. Tammy's going to be holding court on the live post. I'm going to be taking photos and documenting the experience, and then also, like I said, joining in to sing Dash's happy birthday song for his first year of Wild at Heart life here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Now that is cool, Mr. Sarge. A couple of spotted boys. It's hard to tell where one ends and the other begins. Yeah, misters. That's nice, isn't it? But also Dash's birthday party. Look forward to an e-newsletter going out tomorrow morning. Obviously talking a little bit about the event itself, but talking a little bit more about Dash's first year of living here at the Wildcat Sanctuary and plenty of photos documenting his first year of life. And also I mentioned earlier that we are going to be sharing the Give to the Max results in that e-newsletter as well. So you can look forward to hearing that. But we will not announce the winner to the Caretaker for a Day drawing until next week. So you'll have to hold your horses until then, but we're excited to share the results for everybody and the results that you guys, helped us accomplish. Yeah, Mr. Sarge. He says, I'm lickety-split over here. I'm lickety-split. Keeping each other groomed. You're right about that, John. Glad we got to spend some times with the little ones today. And we love all of our residents here the same here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. And I love it when our supporters can just get just as much excited about some of our more pint-sized wildcats as they do with the lions, tigers, because every single one of them has a story. Every single one of them deserves the life that they have here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. And that's what's so special, is you guys know and understand that and want exactly the same for them. So, hey, everybody, have an excellent, excellent rest of your Monday. Get ready for Dash's birthday tomorrow. We are just so excited for him. Like I said, I'm hoping there's going to be some singing. There's going to be lots of enrichment.